Today on Never Legends podcast, I have Yorktown coach Hannah Davis, whose Yorktown Patriots are headed to the state championship this week. Thanks for joining me, Coach.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So my son Chandler is a midfielder on the boys team, and let me tell you, we got bounced out of regionals, and it's been so great following you guys. It's really picked us up. We've appointed ourselves a team photographer the last couple games. So you have an amazing team. We've really enjoyed watching you guys play.
I appreciate you saying that. Thank you. And I watched that game that you guys got bounced out. It was a tough loss.
Yeah, it's tough, especially when you're your senior year. But
exactly.
Let's talk about your team. So I've seen you guys play a few times this year, and if I had to do a scouting report on your team, you're very strong throughout. There's no weak links, particularly in the back on the outside. You guys are very strong right back, left back, and Shay Montgomery she just scores goals. But you're very diverse. How would you describe your own team?
I would describe, exactly as you described them. I would describe them as super competitive, very versatile. We have a lot of players that can play nearly any position. We started Shay at midfield, and she's playing at left wing and right wing for us now. We have a lot of midfielders, like Emma Koppelman started at right back. Now she's playing center mid. So these girls are just very selfless. They're willing to do what's best for the team, which is awesome. I think that's rare when you have such talent, and these girls that come from, these incredible club teams and coaches that they even play like overseas, and then they come together and they're willing to do, whatever we can to win a state title.
Do you have a hard time getting folks to play club? Now, high school, like for example, on the boys team, we had a couple guys who didn't want to play this year that played last year. There's always pressure from your club team not to play high school. Do you have those pressures, and how are you able to put together such a strong squad?
So I think since the DA kind of dissolved their rules about not being able to play high school this past season, it's opened up a lot of opportunities for the girls, and I don't honestly deal with a lot of conflicts. It sounds like you guys on the boys side have more conflicts than we do on the girls. I think in the past years, with the success that we've had, the girls will all want to be part of this great team that we've created here. And I think the atmosphere is great at Yorktown, the fans, the parents and the players. I think it's just a really special thing to be part of your high school team. And I think that's kind of been contagious over the years. And, the girls have kind of spread the word about how cool it is to be part of the Yorktown girls soccer team. And it's just been a really awesome team to watch this season.
Yeah, it has been. It's incredible, and you're right. The environment. It's great to be part of it. How does this team compare to your other state champions that you had? Does it compare favorably?
Definitely. Well, when we won it in 2019, we had very strong defenders, midfielders, and attackers. And I think, like you were saying, throughout, there's really no weak link. I'm obviously biased. I'm the coach, but I think there's really, when we do scouting reports on other teams, we're like, oh, the left back isn't as strong, or their center midfielders can't hold the ball very well. And I think looking at our team, there's really not a weak link or a hole in our game where they can pinpoint where to attack us, looking at their strategy.
Yeah. Do you enjoy the challenge of high school, in that you get the girls together and you have a 3-month season? It's pretty compressed. Or would you like to have a team for a whole year and really get to know them and travel with them? Which of the challenges do you enjoy the most?
Yeah, I think like you said, there's challenges to both. When you have a team like this, it'd be awesome to have them for an entire year, like the club season. But I think it's really cool to have, we have a freshman and 2 sophomores, and we pulled up 2 sophomores from JV for playoffs, and the rest are upperclassmen. So it's been really cool to see all these different playing styles and ages come together. And some of the underclassmen are like, wow, this is physical. We're playing against the girls that are 18 years old. You don't get that in club. And it's all about pride and having fun and representing your school instead of the pressure of, getting recruited or seeing all these coaches, recruiting on the sidelines of the game. It's, your peers, your friends, your parents, your siblings. And so it's really cool, I think, to see in such a condensed season the progress that they can make. Our first game of the season, we dropped to South County 1-0, and that was the only loss we had in the whole season. And I think thinking about the seniors we have now who were on they were freshmen the year we won states. And I was like, how many games have you guys lost in your career? And they were like, maybe 5. And I was like, well, we lost our scrimmage to Madison. We lost our first game to South County. You've almost 1.5 year losses for your career at Yorktown. And I think that kind of lit a fire under them. And just using their leadership as a successful past few years to kind of mentor and lead the underclassmen and even the juniors who haven't had a chance to win a state championship. They can speak from experience, like what was the atmosphere like, even as freshmen, like being part of a team. It's very different for them now as seniors. And I think that's part of the key to our success. They know what it feels like to have that success, to feel that greatness and be part of something bigger than yourself.
Yeah. Well, you said you tweaked the lineup around. You moved Emma into the midfield from the right back.
Yeah.
And I guess you nominated to the right back. Did you change your style of play from last year? I know last year we got upset in regionals. Did you change things, or are you guys playing the same way you played last year?
It's very similar year by year. You obviously know it kind of depends on the personnel that you have, but we're always really strong in the midfield, and I always have a lot of good center mids. So we like to play to our advantage with getting as many center midfielders or central players on the field as we can. And I think the difference when I think about last season was, and the seniors kind of hit it on the head here, was they're spending a lot more time together off the field and building those relationships. I think after COVID, it was there was a lot of pressure to do well because the previous season before that we won states. So I think they're spending more time together, enjoying each other, having fun, and just building those off-field relationships that you can see is kind of spilling onto the field and their play.
Yeah. Well, I went to the opening, the regional final game the other day, and I understand you guys had beaten them pretty easily in the regular season. But as can happen in the tournament, things can tighten up, especially when a team can hang in there early and the pressure kind of builds. How did you feel about that game? And obviously, we're happy that the good guys won.
Yeah. I was not happy with the way we played in the first half. I think it felt frantic and chaotic and rushed. And kudos to Oakton. They took us out of our game. We had a very, very close chance. I don't know if you saw the first, the kickoff. We almost had a chance at a goal. Yeah. And then after the first 10 minutes, they completely took us out of our game. The physicality, I think the narrow field, I'm not making excuses. I'm just talking about, I think, what worked not in our favor. We like to use the width of the field. We like to keep possession, switch the point of attack, and that was very challenging. They were packing it in the middle and not giving our central players the space to kind of create plays like we're usually able to do. And they were getting a lot of players behind the ball, which was making it harder for us to play that longer ball to our forwards that are quite fast, and they didn't have enough space to run onto those long balls. And I think some of the adjustments we made into the second half, one of them was we put Nora up top, and that kind of opened up and I think confused them a little bit because I'm sure, scouted us as we did them, and they were prepared for her to be in the middle. So when we moved her to attacking center forward, I think that kind of threw them off. They weren't sure where she was going to play. And I think that gave us a lot more scoring opportunities. Mora had, I think, 1 or 2 opportunities. Shay had another couple opportunities. We should have finished more than we did. It should have been 3-0 in my opinion. So that's something we're going to be working on today in practice.
Yeah, it just felt like you were more patient in the second half. I felt like in the first half, we're trying to score 5 goals every play. And I felt like in the second half, we played beautiful soccer, and we scored one. But sometimes it's good to win that 1-0 game. It's good to be in a close game because it can really benefit us down the road.
Exactly. I always tell them those close games, especially the Lake Braddock game. We won 4-2, but we were up 4-0, and they came back too. And I think they felt the pressure a little bit. And I always talk about how we can learn from those experiences and how moving forward into the state tournament, like you said, you can beat a team 5 or 6-0 in the regular season. They come back and it's gridlocked and you're frantic because you're well, we should beat this. We should beat this team. We're the better team. Well, you're right, but the scoreboard says 0-0. So what are we going to do to fix that?
Yeah, exactly. Well, let's talk quickly. I know you get the girls going in practice. Let's talk quickly
Sure.
about the Alexandria City Titans. They're the runners up in Occoquan. They lost to South
Hmm.
County, the team that beat you guys. What do
Yeah.
you know about them? I know they have a really good goalie. Actually, they have two good goalies. But what
Yes.
more do you know about them?
So we played them in the regular season, and I was thinking back. It's their field is very memorable. It's like bright blue, so it was like helping jog my memory about them. They're a very physical team. As you said, both of their goalkeepers are very skilled. Um, I know that their coach is very experienced as well. We actually faced them in state playoffs in 2019. It's a school very similar to us. I know a lot of the girls play club with the other girls on the Titans. So we're going to be prepared for another very physical game, and be prepared to finish more of those goal scoring opportunities. We've talked about in playoffs, you don't get as many as maybe regular season games. Everybody's trying to win and do their best. So we've really got to focus in on taking quality shots and finishing those goal scoring opportunities.
Do you enjoy the challenge of a state tournament? You tend to play teams that you don't know quite as well. In the
Hmm.
district, all the girls all know each other. They play club.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
face the coach. In the state, we get some new faces. Do you enjoy that? Do you
Yeah.
enjoy that challenge?
I love it. I don't like playing the same teams over and over again. I think, um, especially the teams like WNL. I mean, it's always a huge rivalry, but the girls know each other too well. It comes down to like individual player by player. We have people man marking. We have strategies that you wouldn't normally use just to win a single game, and I think it takes people kind of out of their element. So I really enjoy playing teams like out of the different regions and throughout the state. Just especially to get the girls exposed to different styles of play and different competitiveness amongst the players in the state.
Okay. Well, last question, Coach. What would winning a state title with this team mean to you? I mean, you've won your share, and you're a highly successful coach. How would this one be different?
This one would be especially special to me because this would be the first year that I would have some girls that would win two state championships as a coach. For me, I know that there were girls that won it in 2019 that were also on the team in 2017 who got two state titles, but the other one was at the previous coach. So this would be cool for some of these seniors for me to say, we won it when you were a freshman and now you won it again as a senior. And it would also be nice for me because my daughter was born about a month ago, and it's been a little bit of a stressful last month, but I've been trying really hard to compartmentalize and really focus in my energy on this because I absolutely love coaching. I love seeing these girls make progress, and just seeing them become these incredible people who want to be part of a team that is so incredible.
It is. Yorktown is an amazing place to coach. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm going to miss it so much.
I bet you
It's
are. Yeah.
Yeah, it was so much fun. I had a great time, but I'm really looking forward to following you guys. I hope the Patriots can take it, and we'll be there in support.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Coach, and hopefully
I'll
we'll
see you.
talk down the road. All right.
Sounds great. I'll
Have a good
talk to you
one.
soon. You
Okay,
too.
sounds
Bye.
good. Thanks. Bye.